Three, two, one, zero.
What is up, whatever nation? What is going on? Welcome to episode 9 of the Whatever I Find Entertaining podcast. I'm glad to have y'all with me. I'm glad we almost 10 episodes in this joint. We almost got a 10 spot, a dime. We almost a dime. We almost a decade old as far as episodes are concerned. I know that don't really make any sense, but I just thought I'd say it. But anyway, welcome to the show. I'm your host as usual, deethezo. I'm so glad y'all here with me for another episode. But first things first, as usual, wellness check time. How y'all doing, man? How you doing? I'm talking to you personally right now. How are you doing right now? I'm doing fantastic, and I hope you doing the same because, man, I need you. I need you at your tip top. I need you at your best out there every day, giving the world hell, being the best you can be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need you out there just, attaboy, whatever that, attaboy, whatever that means. I don't know. Edit that part out. Anyway, but yeah, I just hope y'all doing great. I hope everything's going well for you. I hope your dreams are becoming realities and your realities feel like dreams, I guess. Because that's what's most important, happiness. I hope this COVID stuff ain't getting you down. I hope your money's coming in. I hope you're buying what you want. I hope your family is taken care of. I just hope everything's going great for you because I love you and I want to see you doing good. So as a transition, I want to just start the show off today on a more serious note because normally it's just jokes and whatever, but I ain't gonna rattle on too long. We're gonna get to the topics in a minute, but I just got a little something I want to talk about, and it's the vaccine. I know the president is hoping we get like 70% of the country vaccinated by the end of the year, I believe is his goal. And I know a few people, I know a bunch of people that have gotten their shots, and people are always asking me, you gonna get your shots? Because it's free, so I mean, it's not like it costs you anything. You can't say it's expensive, and you can go when you feel like it. So you can't say, "Oh man, I'm too busy." So whenever people ask me, "Are you getting your shots?" and I always say no, and I was like, "Why not, man?" And to be honest with you, I don't really have an excuse. It's not some conspiracy thing where, no man, they putting trackers in you. It's not that, and it's not like in case you don't know, I'm a African American, I'm a black man. And it's not, and black people, which I'm not gonna get into here because this ain't that kind of podcast, but black people don't always have the best luck with America vaccinating them. We're not gonna get into that here, but it's not about that either. I'm not really sure. It's just that as an adult, I've never really been one for getting vaccinated. Like I don't get shots at all for anything because I don't worry about getting sick. And I know that's like a weird thing to say. I know you hear people say I'm 100% healthy. I don't never get sick. That's kind of me, but that's not what I'm saying. I am kind of saying it. It's not from a cocky standpoint. It's not like I'm saying I got the health of Wolverine. I heal from anything. Not true, because I've broken my knee once and I've not torn a ligament, stretched a ligament before in the same knee. So I've dislocated my thumb before. So I'm not gonna act like I'm indestructible. But what I mean by that is, like, I can't remember a time I've ever been sick. So I've never needed to get like flu shots or measles shots or anything people normally get every year. I never have to get them because I never get sick. I can't remember a time when I was sick. The most I get is sometimes I get terrible migraines, but it doesn't happen frequently enough for me to like chart it. And my nose is sensitive, so I'll be sneezing all day sometimes. And it's not allergies because I don't have any of the other symptoms of allergies. So it's not allergies. I don't know. Just sometimes my nose I just sneeze all day. I don't know. But so it's like I don't really know why I'm not, other than the fact that I'm just not, I don't get vaccinated. I never get shots for anything. The only things I've gotten shots for in my life are hepatitis shots, and not what you think. You need, I believe, is B or C, hepatitis B or C shots if you're going to work around food or kids. You have to, legally you have to get one of those. I can't remember which one, but legally you have to get one of those. So that's the only time. And I work around food, and my job sometimes consists of me being around kids. So yeah, so those are the only two that I can possibly remember. I mean, as a kid, I probably got vaccinated. My mom probably got me vaccinated, but as an adult, I've never gotten a shot besides those. So I don't. The biggest reason I can say, because I don't really know how to explain it in like a few words, but the biggest thing I can think of is just I never get vaccinated. So why this one? I don't know. What I'm going to do, and I'll just say this, and then we'll get to the topics, is that my next off day, I'm gonna really sit down and do my research on these shots, because that's what I need to do. I'm gonna do my research, and I just gotta weigh my options. I gotta do my pros versus cons chart, and I gotta really weigh my options, because I don't really have a good excuse for not getting the shots, and they're free. So yeah, I really gotta do my research. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. We're gonna just talk about the topics for the episode like we do. We're gonna run down them right quick, and then we're gonna take a break, and then we're gonna really get into the details. So today, like I said, episode 9 of the Whatever I Find Entertaining podcast, we're gonna talk about they released trailers for Stranger Things season 4, for Quiet Place 2, Venom 2, the Forever Purge, it's a Friends reunion. We're gonna talk about Resident Evil 8, not a trailer, but we're just gonna talk about the game. Adult Swim is releasing 3 movies based on original Adult Swim programming. Now you'll find out later on in the episode. If you want to know what 3, tune in later in the episode. And then we're gonna finish up the show. We're gonna talk about some J. Cole. I got some interesting things on him. He just dropped an album today. Well, the day of recording this, not the day that you're listening. The day of recording this, he just dropped an album today. So we're going to talk about that. And on that note, I think that's all the topics I want to get through. Yeah. So we're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to come back and we're going to get into the topics. All right. Welcome back to the show. Let's talk about some trailers that have released within the past week. Funny thing about that is I think The Quiet Place 2 and Stranger Things season 4, I think their trailer, I think they got released the day I recorded last week's episode, so I couldn't talk about them on last week's podcast. So, but yeah, they got trailers. Venom 2 got a trailer. Surprisingly or not, I mean, I said that don't even make sense. Surprisingly not. Out of nowhere, out of left field, didn't see these coming at all. The Purge has a new movie. And also, they're doing a Friends reunion thing on HBO Max. So, first, Quiet Place 2. I loved the first one. Thought it was fantastic. Didn't know if it was popular enough to get a sequel. But I had been hearing about a sequel for like a couple years now. But if you haven't seen it, it's a movie about, was it an alien race? An alien race comes down and they're blind. But they're they have super hearing. I guess that's how you say it. That makes it sound like some comic book shit. But their hearing is like magnificent. So they can pinpoint you within a second just by hearing you step on a twig or something. And they're like super fast. They snatch you up, they kill you. So they pretty much destroyed the human race except for like, who knows how many people are left. The movie, the first one anyway, because I haven't seen the second one. First one is just you run into a guy, his wife, and their 2 kids, and she's pregnant. I believe it was 2 kids, and there was a boy and a girl. They had a son and a daughter, and then she was pregnant. Oof. And it kind of works. I mean, you have to be totally silent. So what was mind blowing about this movie that I love so much, and once again we're talking about the first one, I haven't seen the second one, it's not out yet, is that like for a movie with very little dialogue, because you can't make any noise, so even talking is too loud. It was really tense and really awesome. Like it was, I really enjoyed it. I don't want to spoil nothing. I'm not gonna spoil nothing for you in case you haven't seen it. Cause I mean, this ain't that episode. I don't think there's gonna be any spoilers for anything in this episode. This may be the first spoiler-free episode of the Whatever I Find Entertaining podcast. This may be the first spoiler-free one, but it was really intense, really dope. I really enjoyed it. Super surprised they're doing the second one, but I'm happy because I enjoyed the first one. So the second one looks to be the same family from the first one. They're trying to find like maybe some kind of sanctuary for maybe where there are people at. So I mean, I can't wait. It seems like it's gonna be pretty dope. Next is the Venom 2 trailer. I don't think I've ever talked about Venom on the podcast. I never really had a reason to, but Venom 2, I'm super happy. Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. Got to put the subtitle in there. Looks phenomenal so far. Looks dope. It looks like it's picking up. I think they said a year after the first one, roughly a year, no more than a year after the first one. And my only complaint about the first one is that it took forever to Venom. That's my only complaint. I feel like, I mean, there was world building, so I get it, but it's like, can we just get to the Venom shit? My criticism of it was it moved very, very slow, very fast, very slow. And I don't really, hit me up later if you really want to know my critique of the first one, because we're not going to be able to get into it here. This ain't a Venom 1 review. This is a Venom 2 preview. You like what I did there? Review, preview. I'll be here all day, folks. I'll be here all week, folks. So yeah, Venom 2 looks dope. They're picking up. Obviously, there's going to be Carnage, and Carnage the character is going to be in it, and he's a super dope character, super fucked up character. I don't know if they're going the same way the comic book went, where Carnage is basically a son of Venom. I don't know if they're doing that, but I'm thinking, yes, because can I remember his damn name? Cassidy. Cletus Cassidy? I think that's his name. He seems obsessed with Eddie Brock for some reason. And so I'm thinking maybe that's because Carnage has already bonded with him. That's the word. Bonded with him. And so Venom being a father to Carnage, maybe he's portraying that onto Cletus, and Cletus looks at Eddie Brock like he might be a father. Maybe. I don't know what they're doing. He just seems to be obsessed with Eddie Brock for some reason. Weird thing about Carnage is I believe he's stronger than Venom. And I guess I'm talking about comic book stuff here, which I don't want to get too deep into, because once again, we're talking about Venom 2, the movie. We're not going to talk about a history of comic books with Venom and Carnage. But I think Carnage is stronger because what he does with his human host is way different than what Venom does. Venom just kind of bonds with you and covers you like a suit of armor, or just, I guess, a suit. But what Cletus does is less bonding and more like possession, because with Venom, if Venom wants, you can take him off. You can take him off, put him down if he wants. Like if y'all ain't got some kind of mutual agreement, you can take him off. He don't show up only when you ask him to. But with Carnage is once Carnage is in there, he not a suit over you. He literally bonds into your bloodstream. So he has full control over you, and he can do, when I say he can do anything with your body, I mean he can do anything with your body. Like you're not even human anymore once he bonds with you. Cause like he can shape your body and turn your body into anything. He can make your arms into blades. He can turn into mist. He can goop down. Like Venom fucked up. I said Venom. Carnage is fucked up. But yeah, I'm super excited. Cannot wait. It looks dope. I think Woody Harrelson is going to knock it out the park as Cletus Cassidy. I can't wait to see what he does with the role. Yeah, I'm super excited. Next is Stranger Things season 4. I cannot wait. It's been so long since I've seen Stranger Things 3 that I barely even know what's happening. I might have to rewatch at least season 3, because season 1 I remember pretty clearly. But damn, I don't really remember season 2. I don't remember what happened in 2 and 3. Those are kind of combined in my head. I'm not sure, but anyway, season 4. I cannot wait. The trailer. I don't know. It didn't show much. It just showed kind of the little room where all the kids that are experiments are kept, and it showed them playing a little bit and just, I don't know, being kids, I guess. It kind of reminds me of the room from if you're a One Piece guy, kind of reminds me of the room from One Piece on Punk Hazard, where they were experimenting on those kids. There are a lot of similarities, except in Punk Hazard they was making them into giants, I think, and in Stranger Things they're trying to give them psychic powers or something. I don't know. I'm not finna sit here and act like I'm an expert on child experimenting, because who would be and why would you admit it? Exactly. Yeah, but it looks dope. They didn't, like I said, they didn't show much. They showed the room with the kids playing, and then they zoomed out of that room and they went down the hallway, and you could see the numbers on the doors, because each kid has a number, not a name. And you see the numbers, and they get to 11, which is the girl from the show that we know the best. And you just hear a voice saying, "Are you listening, 11?" And then it goes off. So they didn't give us much, but they gave me as much as I need. I don't think did they do a release date? I cannot remember if they did a release date. But I'm excited. I can't wait. I fucking love Strength. That's the first time I cussed this episode, huh? I love Stranger Things, bro. I love it so much. I don't think anybody. I don't know if anybody likes it. I love it. All I'm saying is I love it. I can't wait. The actors are great, which is crazy, because normally when it's something with a lot of kid actors, as an adult, I'm just like, ugh. But they pick some stars in this one, and you can see, because a lot of the kids from Stranger Things are doing other stuff. I can't remember the kids' names, but one of the kids was in the It remake that came out a few years ago. The 11, the psychic girl, in case you don't watch the show. I mean, if you watch the show, then you know who I'm talking about. If you don't, there's no way for you to know who I'm talking about. She was in Godzilla vs. Kong. Yeah, they've been doing stuff. The kids have been busy, which is good, because all those kids are I don't want to say it's predominantly kids. The main cast is predominantly kids. Like, there's like 4 kids that the show mainly follows, but there's other people doing other stuff too. But the kids are the real star here. But yeah, Stranger Things 4, man. I can't fucking wait, bro. I'm so excited for that. More than anything else I'm finna talk about today is Stranger Things 4. Next was like I said, out of nowhere, out of left field. I just saw this today. It either released today or day before yesterday. I just saw this today. There is a Purge movie coming, and I think this is the 5th one. Cause wasn't there like 3, and then the 4th one was called The First Purge, and then I think this is the 5th or the 6th one. I can't remember. One Purge was called Election Day or some shit like that. I don't remember which one that was though. Yeah, this was called The Forever Purge. Maybe it's the 4th one, because forever. I don't think it's the 4th one. Yeah, it seems to be it seems to be the only logical step that you can do with the Purge movies is, what if people were purging and it wasn't purge time? Dun dun dun. So just regular crime. If I had a sound guy right there, I would include some crickets. He'd be like, he'd be like, so just the movie's just about regular crime, and you hear some crickets go. I mean, if you like Purge, you're probably gonna love this movie. I'm not a big fan of Purge. I'm not a big fan of the Purge movies. And interesting enough, never don't know anybody who watched the Purge show. Even the people I know who love the Purge movies didn't watch the Purge show. So I don't know if that means it's good or bad. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of them. It just bothers me how the premise of the movie is interesting enough. I don't really get why, but for some reason, the government says all crime is legal for like 12 hours. You get any crime you want, completely forgive it, and somehow that's gonna like fix the economy and stuff. And it's gonna stop violence. Because I guess if people know that there's one day, if there's one day of the year you can do is you can do whatever crime you want, then on the other 364 days, people are like, I got my crime out during the purge time. I don't need to commit any crimes for at least another year. I guess that's the premise. But yeah, I do think it's interesting that they like, what if crime was legal for one day and you could do anything you want? But the thing that bothers me is most of the people just want to murder. Like, that's the only crime people want to commit. Like, I would just like walk into a bank and get a shit ton of money. But then you got to think about it. If all crime's legal, then does that mean like if I steal somebody's car during the purge, after the purge, that car is still mine? Like, like if I stab somebody during the purge, and then they don't die from that stab wound until after the purge, did I murder them? Because just because you stab somebody don't mean they die instantly. Maybe it takes a minute and they bleed out. But they don't bleed out until after the purge is over. Does that count as a murder on me? What do you classify their death as? Accidental? Natural causes? Luck of the draw? I don't know. So, it's a lot about that movie that they don't really explain that I'm just like, I just get tired of seeing people only murder. Because I'm like, most people I know would do something that sets them straight financially. Like, I'm going to go rob a bank, but it's not robbery because all crime's legal. So I'm just going to go take money out of the bank as if it's just a withdrawal, except I would be withdrawing from other people's accounts legally. That's what I would do. But people just want to murder. And everybody wants to murder, and everybody wants to be sick and methodical about it too. Like, anyway, that was the purge. Like I said, the premise of this movie seems to be that some people decide that, like, we're gonna keep purging. Fuck the announcement, because they do that announcement as like, for certain so hours, every crime is now legal, including murder. But then after that, they do the same announcement. It's like, okay, crime is no longer legal, including murder. Like, doing crimes don't get you in trouble now. So, but some people decide, nah, man, we gonna keep doing the crime stuff. The trailer just showed people going crazy. It didn't give you much story, but yeah, that about wraps that up. Moving on, they're apparently doing a Friends reunion, which I'm excited about. I'm a big Friends. My interest for Friends kind of, as I get older, I think I like it less. But I mean, as when I was younger, I remember loving Friends. Actually, a couple of my brothers have went to New York and they got to take pictures in actual Friends fountain. I was super jealous. Not gonna lie to you, I was super jealous of that. Shout out, if y'all listening, shout out to y'all. Y'all know who y'all are. I was super jealous of it because I would love to do that. But yeah, I'm gonna watch it for sure. I think it's gonna be on HBO Max. Because I watched the Fresh Prince reunion, and that one was amazing. I loved it. It was dope. They even brought old Aunt Viv, well, not old Aunt Viv, but the original Aunt Viv back, and she was on there, and she got to talk to people. And her and Will, they squashed their beef because they had been beefing for a really long time. And yeah, but they did that. That's all dead. And yeah, but there ain't much to say because it's not a trailer. It's not like a Friends episode. It's a reunion of the cast, so there's not much to talk about. Just wanted y'all to let y'all know that if I got some mutual friends, fans out there, that they're working on a reunion, and I can't wait. I think it's gonna be amazing. I think that wraps up the trailers portion of the show. Next, we're gonna take a quick break like we normally do. Then after that, we're gonna talk about some Resident Evil 8, and we're gonna talk about some Adult Swim movies that are coming. Well, I'll be right back.
What's up, everybody? I would like to take this time out to tell you about a fantastic podcasting opportunity. It's Anchor, a free app that allows you to record and edit your podcast straight from your phone or your computer. And once you're done recording your masterpiece, Anchor will distribute your podcast for you free of charge on popular platforms such as Spotify and Apple. Plus, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. Anchor really does have everything you need all in one place to get you started with your podcasting career. So if you love podcasts and been listening to them forever and want to join in on the fun, or you just started listening to podcasts and thought to yourself, man, that sounds like something fun I can do in my spare time, why not go to the App Store right now? Right now, while you're listening to my sexy voice. You don't even have to cut me off or stop me. You can do this at the same time. You can go to the App Store, search Anchor, that's ANCHOR, or go to anchor.fm and get started. Once again, that's Anchor and your App Store, ANCHOR, or anchor.fm. Why not give it a try? It's free, it's fun, you don't have anything to lose.
And we are back. All right, now it's time to talk about some Resident Evil Village, because like I've said before on the show, for some reason Capcom don't want you calling it Resident Evil 8, even though it's obviously Resident Evil 8, and the subtitle y'all picked for the game has the Roman numeral 8 in it, but they want you to call it Village for some reason. I don't know. They didn't make this big deal out of calling Resident Evil 7 Resident Evil Biohazard. Whatever. Anyway, Resident Evil Village. I haven't played it yet. It'll probably be a while before I play it, because I'm gonna let y'all know a little secret about me. I don't have my PS5 yet. Don't tell anybody. So yeah, it'll probably be a while before I play it. The only reason why I brought it up on the show is because it is going crazy as a trending topic right now. Like almost every YouTuber I watch is playing it. And it's so hard not to watch the videos because, like I said, some of my favorite YouTubers are playing it. And of course I want to watch them because I want to watch their videos and support their channel. But I don't want to spoil myself on nothing because it's a horror game. So I want everything to be fresh. I'm a probably, just a maybe. This is not a clarification of, this is not a guarantee of anything. But I'll probably try to do it. I'll probably try to get it before Halloween, and I'll do it for another. If you're a fan of if you're here and you're a fan of the YouTube channel, I'll probably do another spooktacular spook around. What I call it? Call it the spook around. Where I just play horror games for the week of Halloween. I did last year, and it was a whole lot of fun, except for a couple of those games didn't turn out to be what I wanted them to be. But in all, in the end, it was a lot of fun, and I'm glad I did it. Yeah, I'll try my best. But yeah, so far what I've seen, it looks phenomenal. It looks dope. I haven't heard anything bad. And I've seen a lot of people play it, and I haven't heard anything bad. And when you see this many people enjoying something and you've heard nothing bad, it's gotta be great. Because people point out negative. It's human nature to point out negative before you point out positives. That's just human nature. So if it was bad, then you'd hear that right away. Like, people would be shitting on it. But so many people are playing it and enjoying it. It's gotta be good. So yeah, I can't wait. It looks dope. I can't wait to enjoy it. I loved 7, and I'm not even a big Resident Evil fan. I don't know if because I know I brought up Resident Evil Village on the show before, but I don't know if I brought up the fact that I'm not really a huge fan, and I've only ever played. Well, I've played all of the mainline titles except 3. I don't know how that works, but I've never played 3. I own all of the mainline titles through just me buying what's they called, like packs in a PlayStation store where you get like 3 games in one pack. So I bought a pack that has 1, 2, and 3. But before that, I bought a pack that had 4, 5, and 6. And then I bought 7, and I played that on the channel. You can go and watch that on the channel if you want to. It's deethezo at youtube.com/deethezo on YouTube. DEETHEZO. And then just like, I don't know, but it should be under my live streams because I live streamed. I think I live streamed the whole game, not like all at once, but like in different segments. I live streamed the whole game, so yeah, it was a lot of fun. I super enjoyed it, and I'm not a Resident Evil fan or a horror fan, but I definitely enjoyed that. So moving on, next thing I want to talk about, I guess that's it for our games part of the segment. The only thing else I can really talk about, the only thing else that really major that dropped was Returnal, which all my friends and my brothers keep telling me, oh man, this game is dope. You should get this motherfucker, bro. It's your type of game. And I'm like, oh, that's what's up. But I don't have my PS5 yet. And I don't really want to buy a lot of next gen titles on old gen. Even though a lot of games come with like a free upgrade, I don't really want to do all that. So I could just wait. I got plenty of games I'm playing right now. Plus I'm busy. So I mean, I'm playing Outer Worlds. Outer World. I'm playing a little bit of Outriders. I'm playing Control, Dead Cells. I play Fall Guys every now and then. I play Dead by Daylight every now and then. Yeah, so I got plenty of games to play. So I'm not itching for I'm not hurting on video games. But yeah, so I can wait as long as they keep pushing God of War 5 back. I'll be perfectly God. It's not God of War. Yeah, it is God of War 5. As long as they keep pushing God of War 5 back, then I'll be perfectly fine. I'll be perfectly fine. I don't have to get a PS5 until God of War 5 comes out. I just realized that it's PS5 and God of War 5. That just crossed my mind now. I never thought about that before. Both 5 and 5. Huh. That's weird. Because, I guess 4 came out on 4. So, I mean, I guess it's not that weird. 3 came out on 3. But, no, 3 came out on 3. And then God of War 1 and 2 was on PS2. Yeah. So, I guess it's not that weird. Dang. That's weird. The PS2 got 2 God of Wars. PS3 got 1 God of War. And, oh, wait. Where did Ascension come out on? We ain't talking about Ascension. We're just talking about the numbers. Anyway, we're not talking about that anymore. How did I even get on God of War? What the fuck just happened? How the fuck did I start talking about God of War? I don't know. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I don't remember how I started talking about God of War. Anyway, we done with the video game section of the show. Next, we're gonna talk about Adult Swim. If you know me, there's another tidbit. Make sure y'all taking notes when I give y'all tidbits. Another tidbit about me: huge Adult Swim fan. I was just a wee little lad when Adult Swim was first created, and I thought it was amazing. I still remember when Cartoon Network was created, and I remember thinking, so you're telling me cartoons come on all day, every day? They never stop showing cartoons. I remember thinking this is the future. Like this is the future of all things. Life will never get more advanced than this. Cartoons all day, no matter what time I turn this motherfucker on, it's gonna be a cartoon. It's mind blowing, bro. Like, yeah, I did that. Yeah, and it's a whole channel by itself. I don't have to pay for nothing. It's just by itself. And they're gonna show me cartoons all day. See, kids today, They don't never understand that because there's literally unlimited amount of places where they can go and they can watch cartoons all day. They go Netflix, they go Hulu, they go YouTube, HBO Max, Stars. Why would Stars have cartoons, Deezo? What the fuck are you talking about? Paramount Plus, Disney Plus. There's literally unlimited amount of places you can go and you could just watch cartoons all day. But back in my day, let me put on my old head Zo cap. Back in my day, you had cartoons early Saturday mornings, but around 11 or 12, that was it. There was no more cartoons that day. And then you had shows like Nickelodeon. Damn. When did Nickelodeon stop showing cartoons? They show cartoons for most of the day. But then after a while, it was like they had live action shows. And then after that, it was Nick at Night, which was like the shows your parents watched when they were kids, like I Love Lucy and shit. Don't know how that happened. That don't really make sense to me. But we're not going to get into that. And then I'm trying to think, where else did I watch cartoons? Fox had cartoons. But I think that was another Saturday morning thing. That was Kids WB. Then after a while, Fox had animations on Sundays. But that was... It was like... Was it like Sunday before football? Or was it after football? I don't know. Well, let me take my old head Zo cap off. Alright, it's back to just regular Deezo. Anyway, yeah, Adult Swim. Huge fan of Adult Swim. I kind of checked out when they started. I'm not gonna lie, Adult Swim started weird. Adult Swim was always weird. It was never not weird. But there are certain weirds I can tolerate and certain weirds that just aren't my type of weird. My type of weirds are like Aqua Teen Hunger Force, where it's a show about a bunch of people-sized items you can get from a fast food place, like a burger, a shake, and some fries. But they walk around, they talk, they live lives, they try to get laid, they get jobs, they lose jobs, they fail to get laid, they fight, yada, yada, yada. They pay bills, shit like that. That's my kind of weird. Then you got weird like Super Jail, which I wasn't into. They had some weird shit, bro. There was this one... It was like, I don't know, bro. I can't get into the weird stuff because I didn't watch it. But you just go and Google when you get a chance some Adult Swim's weirder show. They had a Tim and Eric joint where those two white boys was like, hello. I just didn't get their brand of comedy at all. They were just like, I don't know, bro. It was more weird than funny. It wasn't very funny. It was just weird. And I don't know if the weird is the funny part or not. But anyway, Adult Swim are doing 3 movies, like actual full-length movies. They won't be coming to theaters, I don't think. But they're doing 3 movies for 3 of their most original programs. They're doing Aqua Teen Hunger Force, The Venture Brothers, and Metalocalypse. And those are honestly 3 of my favorites. I loved all 3 of those shows. They're weirdly enough, they're doing a 90-day release of where it's just going to be on Blu-ray and DVD and also video on demand, which is like go to Prime and rent it, but it costs money. And then after those 90 days, then it's just going to be on HBO Max and it's going to be on Adult Swim's, whatever their streaming thing is. They got like a streaming service of their own, which is where which is the only place you can watch that latest season of Samurai Jack for a long time until I think it ended up being on HBO Max. So yeah, I looked up the plots for each movie and it's pretty funny, but in very Adult Swim fashion, Aqua Teen Hunger Force's plot it's the continuation of the show. That was the synopsis of the plot. Which honestly, lucky enough, I just finished watching all of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, first episode to last, because it's all on HBO Max. And man, I keep mentioning HBO Max a lot. It's almost like I'm looking for a brand deal. You know, if you're trying to sponsor me, HBO Max, I'm down because I support your service because it's fantastic. Say good. That good. It's cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, HBO Max. It was on there, and I watched all of it. Super dope. Super enjoyed it. Fantastic. But yeah, their synopsis of that movie was just, hey, it's continuing the show. That was it. The Metalocalypse, the synopsis for their plot, man, it's been too long. I was confused. I won't say this. I was confused as hell when I read the plot. I'm not even gonna waste time reading it to you. But maybe it's because I haven't watched Metalocalypse in forever. So maybe that's why I was so damn confused, because it was saying characters I don't remember, and it was basically there's some evil people doing some evil stuff, and also a meteor is coming to blow up the planet, and the band had to come together and truly believe in themselves. I don't know, bro. It was crazy. I was super confused when I read it, but that's because it's been a minute since I've seen Metalocalypse. It's actually, out of these three shows, that's the one I haven't seen. I've watched Venture Brothers recently. I've definitely watched Aqua Teen Hunger Force recently. Within this year. Yeah, both of them this year. But I completed, like, from first episode to last episode of Aqua Teen Hunger Force. And I was just watching some random Venture Brothers because it's just good. But the Venture Brothers plot, though, I will say this. It made more sense than the other two, but it still didn't give you nothing. All I know is Doc invented some new thing, and it's either gonna put the Venture Brothers to the top of whatever, or it's gonna leave them broke and penniless. I don't know. Apparently Hank is trying to find himself. He's trying to get a hold of his new identity. He don't know what's going on, and at the same time, Dean's trying to find him. So maybe he's missing. Keep in mind, I can't spoil it because I don't even know the season, because it just got canceled like last year, which I didn't even know was still running, the Venture Brothers. So I don't know what the last episode was. So I can't spoil it for you because I don't even know. So maybe Hank left and to go find himself, and now Dean's looking for him, and the Monarch's also doing some soul searching. That's all I know about the plot. And there's some mysterious lady from the Monarch's past or from Doc's past. One of them has a mysterious lady in their past, and she coming back to fuck some shit up. That's all I know about the plot. None of the movies have a release date yet, but that's pure Adult Swim fashion, bro. Like, you'll know when they want you to know, and you'll not know a day sooner than that. But yeah, I think that covers everything I want to talk about with the movies with Resident Evil 8, Resident Evil Village. So the next thing we're gonna do, take a quick break, and then we got some J. Cole stuff to talk about. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back to the show. It's time for our final segment of the episode. We are going to discuss Jermaine, aka Hollywood Cole. J. Hollywood Cole. Hollywood. You get it. You know what I'm talking about. J. Cole. Definitely top 2-3 artists of this current generation that we're in. I don't really know. I'm not finna go on what counts as this generation. We're not finna get into that. We just here to talk about J. Cole. He, as of literally today, as of the day I'm recording this, the day of you listening to my voice, not the day you're listening, the day I recorded this, he dropped an album today, the off season. I regret to inform you that I haven't listened to it yet. I've been a bit of a busy bee. That's some alliteration for your ass right there. A bit of a busy bee. A bit of a busy bee. Let's say that 3 times 5. A bit of a busy bee. A bit of a busy bee. A bit of a busy bee. Yeah, I've been a little busy today, and I haven't had a chance to listen to it. But honestly, I wouldn't want to listen to something one time and give you my opinion on it, because I like to, when I review something, that's not how I go at reviews. I like to let something sit with me. I like to absorb it. I like to soak in it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's an album or some kind of audio project, because there's no visual content. There's nothing to see, so it's just listening. So it's all in your head. So I really like to listen to it 2 or 3 times, let it sit with me for 2 or 3 days, and go back to it, because you never know. Music hits you differently depending on what mood you're in. Sometimes depending on where you are. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm hanging around at my bro's house and we are joking around, playing games, shooting pool, whatever, and there's an album playing, there's no way I can appreciate it as much if I'm sitting at home by myself with it in my ears, focusing. Music just hits you differently depending on where you are, what you are, and when you are. So if y'all want, I'll review it next week. That may be a little bit too late for some of y'all. If y'all want, I'll review it next week. If y'all don't want me to review it next week, let me know in my comments. You can let me know because as you know, the day after this goes up, it'll be up on YouTube. So you can let me know in the comments there, or you can let me know if there's a place to comment on wherever you watch your podcast. Because I know I do a lot of I listen to a lot of podcasts on Spotify and Amazon, and there's no way to comment. So I know commenting is not always a thing, but just in case, you can comment wherever you're listening. Just let me know if you want me to review it next week. I most certainly will, because I'm definitely gonna bump that shit a lot this next week. What's today? Well, probably this weekend. I'll bump it a lot before it's time to record next episode. But yeah, also. You can hit me up, like I said, on my Twitter, on Instagram. It's deethezo, deethezo the Great, on both. Yeah, but any of those places, just let me know. Let me know if you want me to review it, but also let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about. Get it out the way early, because in case you didn't know, I record these on Fridays and then I release them on Saturdays. So I mean, you can't give me the information on Saturday going, dang, why you ain't talk about this? That's obviously too late. You can't get it to me on Friday either. That's obviously too late, because by Friday I already got my topics down, I already got my script down, I already know what I'm doing. Not to get y'all behind the curtains on how the podcast works, but just know if there's something you want me to talk about, hit me up before Friday. But since I can't review the album, I thought, what would be the next best thing? Why not enrage my audience by ranking all 5 of J. Cole's previous albums before this? I'm going to give you my least favorite to favorite J. Cole album. And warning, this is my opinion and my opinion alone. That's 1. 2, I'm doing his albums, studio albums. So when the list is over, don't be like, man, you forgot the warm up and you forgot Truly Yours, and those aren't albums, bro. Those are mixtapes. Middle Child, not an album. I don't want to hear it. So if you don't know the difference between a mixtape and an album, then you're in the wrong place. I'm gonna keep it real with you. You're in the wrong place, because whatever nation, bro, we advanced. This ain't no 101 classes, bro. This ain't introduction to shit. You know what I'm saying? We all advanced here. That's why I didn't bother explaining what none of the plots of the Adult Swim shows that I mentioned. I didn't tell you about none of those plots, because I assumed you already knew those. That's why I only discussed the movies, because you already know. I know you already know the shows. I ain't got to tell you jack shit. I already know you know. So yeah, we advanced here. Listen, if you're confused on what the difference between a mixtape and an album is, go Google or YouTube that shit. Pause the podcast, figure it out, then come back and you can have a discussion with us. But us over here, whatever nation, we already know the difference. So just so you know, I'm only discussing, this is not the order, but I'm only discussing 2011's Cold World, The Sideline Stories, 2013's Born Sinner, 2014's 2014 Forest Hills Drive. Those came out back to back? Huh. I didn't feel like that. I felt there was some years apart between Born Sinner and Forest Hills. But anyway, 2014's Forest Hills Drive, 2016 For Your Eyes Only, and then 2018's KOD. Because of course, I haven't listened to the off season yet. I'm sorry. Did I apologize for not listening to that yet? I'm sorry. I truly am sorry for not listening to it yet. I know y'all be looking for me to be on the cutting edge of what's going on, but like I said, I've been busy. I'm sorry. I had a kind of a busy day. This is me recording this at the end of my day. So, but anyway, let's get into it. Like I said, there's only 5, and I'm going to piss y'all off right away. I'm putting Born Sinner is number 5. When you think of Born Sinner, nigga, that's his best album. You stupid son of a bitch. You don't know shit about rap. Probably not. But let me explain myself. Because anybody who knows me know I don't give you no opinion without an essay worth of reasons on why I feel that way. Born Sinner, I recently went back and listened to it because me and my homeboy was talking. When I say recently, within the past couple of years, because me and my homeboy was talking about our favorite J. Cole albums. And I guess this is around the time, honestly, it might have been around the time KOD came out. But we was talking about our favorite J. Cole albums, and he was saying he fucked with Born Sinner, and I said that's like my least favorite J. Cole album. And he couldn't believe it. He was stunned. And he started telling me songs that were on it, and I was like, yeah, I fuck with that one. Yeah, I fuck with that one. So I went back and listened to it, and I was like, there's about 4, maybe 5 songs on there that I just fuck with heavy. The intro was dope. What else was it? I think he got a song on there called Born Sinner that was hard. Niggas Know was hard. She Knows was hard. I don't really like that song he got with Kendrick. I forgot what it's called. Forbidden Fruit, I think. I don't really like that song all that much. What else he got? I think Miss America's on there. That joint was hard. I said about 5. I think there's like 1 or 2 more songs on there. I don't know. And this once again, this is my personal opinion. I'm not stating no facts. If you think J. Cole's best album is Born Sinner, that's cool too, bro. That's your journey, and I'm fine with that. I'm saying this is his worst album, and I'm an expert, so you need to listen to me because I know what the hell I'm talking about. Okay? Anyway. I don't know. I remember there being a lot of him just like talking about how he lost his way and how he sold his soul and how he got off track. It's not like I remember there being a lot of whining on that album. That's what I remember most. So not that the songs were bad. I just think I wasn't a fan of the subject material. I think that's what it was. The subject material didn't resonate with me. So I was just like, ugh, bro, I don't care. Like, you rapping, but I don't care, bro. Like the song where he was like, I let Nas down, and they had that saxophone going, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't. Like, I really wasn't. I'm not even, honestly, I don't even remember if the lyrics, I'm assuming, because it's J. Cole, so I know he was killing it. But, I mean, it gets to a point where it's just like, I mean, I guess. Anyway, that's number 5. And I'm thinking my main reasoning is because I wasn't really feeling the subject material. But number 4 is his first album, Cold War: The Silent Stories. I think most people agree with me that Cold World may be his worst. And not because it was a bad album. I fuck with it. That song he got with Missy, the intro. What else is on there, bro? It's a lot of dope ass songs on there. But it was his first album, and J. Cole then wasn't the J. Cole we got now. He's just different, bro. That was his first album. He was just putting sounds together. Keep in mind, I love it. But I don't dislike any of the albums on this list. That's the hardest part about making a list, is that it makes you feel like the lowest one is bad. But no, all of these albums are dope, and all of these may be classics. I remember I was discussing with my homeboy the other day about, because he watched somebody's podcast, and they were talking about artists who have their first 4 albums be considered classics. And I said, shit, the only person who I could think of that did that was Kanye. Because his first 4 are definitely classics. His first 5 might be classics, to be honest with you. But we was talking about J. Cole maybe had it. And honestly, maybe. I mean, even if his first one wasn't, I know Born Sinner is considered a classic. And then Forest Hills, For Your Eyes, and KOD, they all gotta be classics. So he got 4 in a row. And if not then this is probably gonna make the 4th in a row because it's cold, bro. Like he hasn't put out a bad album. And that's why he's one of the best. He's in the top echelon of his generation. So yeah, Cold World is just simply like if I had to pick between, as you put a gun in my head and say, look, you can only listen to either Born Sinner or Cold World, bro. What is gonna be? I personally pick Cold World. It seems like a much funner album to me. Born Sinner seems kind of depressing and kind of sad. I mean, even She Knows, which don't sound like it's depressing or sad, but if you watch the video, it's all about them like killing a chick and burying her body. So yeah, Cold World seems like a much funner album. So I'd rather pick Cold World. So that was number 4. So number 3 is For Your Eyes Only. Now I know For Your Eyes Only may be a lot of people's favorite. I'm biased because and actually this could have went to the bottom of my list for real. For Your Eyes Only, between me, For Your Eyes Only and Forest Hills is maybe his best album. Not my favorite, but maybe his best album. One of them. If you said either one of them, I'd be like fine. Because of the subject matter, because of the production. It's just one of his most well put together albums. It's like Kanye with Dark Twisted Fantasy. It's not. I don't think that's anybody's favorite Kanye album, but production wise, how he put that shit together is probably his best album. Just as far as all of his skills being on display, it's probably one of his best albums. It's probably his best one, and it's not even my favorite. Like if I went with his, well, I'm not about to list his 5 right here. I always be getting off track. That's why y'all love me, man, because I be all over the place, but I always come back to where I'm supposed to be at. But yeah, number 3. Here's my thing. Here's why For Your Eyes Only is at number 3. I'm biased as hell, and I can fully admit when I'm being biased. I have no problem with it because I'm so unbiased so much that if I am biased, it's for a real reason. For Your Eyes Only came out in 2016. 2016 was a rough year for me. Not gonna lie, we're not gonna get into all the details of it, but one of the main reasons why it was tough for me is I was going through a breakup. And For Your Eyes Only came out in time where he was like, I'm pretty sure the thing with For Your Eyes Only is, one, I love the fact that it was part of the album was, if I remember correctly, because it's been a minute since I listened, part of the album was him telling the story of a person he knows and telling it to their kid. That was dope because it was like the things he was talking about, he was like, J. Cole didn't live that. He didn't go through that. But it was him telling the story to his partner, who I believe not with us anymore, to his partner's kid. I think it was his partner's kid. And I think that was a dope idea. But there were also, and I want to say that was like, because it's only like 10 songs. So I want to say it was like the second half of the album where it was just a lot of, well, I ain't gonna say a lot. That's doing too much, not a lot. There were a few songs in there that were about like relationships, and he talked about his, I was gonna say his baby mama, but he might be married. That might be his wife. So calling her a baby mama is disrespectful as hell. His girl. His girl at the time. Well, no, he's still with her. His girl, it was a lot of stuff about them and their relationship and him trying to change and the mistakes he's made and overcoming them and how he's trying to be a better person for her. It was that kind of stuff in there. And at the time, I was going through a breakup. So I wasn't really trying to hear that shit. So it was like, I felt like I felt like Jermaine Cole was personally throwing his relationship in my face. Like, and it sounds like a joke, but I'm dead serious. Like, not that I honestly believed he was, J. Cole don't know me. Like, he don't give a fuck about me. But I feel like hearing a rapper talk about how he worked through his shit and now he's in a better relationship because of it. It just felt like a slap in the face to a guy who's currently going through a breakup as you're talking about this. That'd be like if your homeboy was like, man, me and my girl, we is just so happy right now, bro. Like, it was tough, but we just good, bro. Like, I'm just so happy to have her in my life. And meanwhile, I'm over here crying because I just got dumped. I don't want to hear you talk about how great your relationship is, bro. That don't help me. So that's why I'm kind of biased on the album, but I'm not kind of biased. I'm fully biased. I don't know. Maybe if I listen to it today, I can give it a bet. When I say today, I mean today. I mean, like, if I listen to it now, I'll probably have a totally different opinion on it. But yeah, it's 3. It's 3. I still think it's better than Born Sinner and Cold World. But these next 2, because we just got 2 on 1. These next 2, honest to God, bro, I could flip them and it wouldn't make any difference to me. I mean, you already know what the 2 are because there's only 5 options and I've already been through 3. But I could flip it and it honestly wouldn't make any difference to me. But 2 is Forest Hills. I'm putting Forest Hills 2 and I'm putting KOD 1. The reason why I think I like the songs on Forest Hills more, but I feel like on KOD he was trying way different stuff. And if you know me, I like trying new things. I like being different. I like going a different path. And while Forest Hills was dope, Forest Hills had a lot of shit like A Tale of Two Cities, which is probably one of my favorite J. Cole songs, period. It had stuff like on there which I fucking love, but it wasn't too outside of things that J. Cole has done before. KOD just sounded a lot like it's weird because it sounded like he was valuing the wrong things like money and doing drugs and everything, but you know it's J. Cole, so you know it's almost satire to the point where he's telling you the negative parts of these things while it seems like he's glorifying them. And that's what I just loved it. I loved it so much. Like there's a part in damn it, I can't remember the names of the songs. Well, I died for fear. Count it up. I think it's called ATM. It's ATM where he's talking about a car and he says that it costs an arm and a leg, but he says it if it's a brag, like, man, look at this expensive car I just got. Like it's a brag, but really he means like, bro, you giving up a lot to get this thing just so you can show it off to people. And that's a lot of what that album, that's what a lot of that album was to me, was him going, yeah, this shit looks shiny, but is it really worth what you got to give up? And I think that these next 2 albums, he's supposed to be done. But that's what he say. I kind of believe him, but we're not going to get into that. Like I said, Forest Hills, I fucking love to death, bro. I love it. Before KOD, Forest Hills is my favorite album. And then KOD came out. And KOD seems like I said, it's the trying something new thing. It's the different thing that I'm just like, whoo, I didn't see none of this coming. And it doesn't sound like a J. Cole album until you finished it and you go, yeah, he did his thing on that one. But like individually, I don't think, like if you just listen to any of those songs just out of context, not in the album, you're like, oh, this don't really sound like a J. Cole song. I mean, it sounds good, but it doesn't really sound like a J. Cole song. But I think once you listen to it together, it's like, yeah, that J. Cole did his damn thing. That's a dope ass album. So, just to sum it up, from 5 to 1, we got Born Sinner, Cold World, For Your Eyes Only, Forest Hills, and then KOD being my favorite album. Now, this is what I will do. If you don't want to review, I won't review the album next week. But what I will do is let you know if my list changed at all. You know what I'm going to do? That's what I'm going to dedicate my week on. My week before next episode, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back, listen to all of J. Cole's, all 5 of these albums I mentioned today, and the off season. And I'm going to see if it changed my list at all. I'm going to see, because I'm not going to let how I was feeling at the time or what I thought of J. Cole at the time affect me, skew my view. I be bars. Skew my view. Come on, that's bars. That's what I'm gonna do. That's my project for the week. I'm gonna listen to all the J. Cole albums, really get them down, and really analyze them, and see if I feel any different. That I'm giving myself homework. I'm giving you homework too. Go back and listen to the J. Cole's, man, and see if your opinions have changed on them. Go back and see if you really feel any different than you used to feel. And on that note, I think we're gonna wrap up the show. I think we covered everything we needed to. I will say this before I sign out of here. I think this is the first episode since my podcast started. Now keep in mind we're on episode 9, so we've been doing this for a little minute. That's an episode a week. That's 2 months. With counting the 2 bonus episodes, which I don't count as main line, they count as extra. I think this is the first episode that I didn't mention anything Marvel related. Like when I was doing the show notes and I was getting my script together, I was like, man, there's nothing Marvel related in here, which is dope because I don't want this to be a Marvel podcast. I mean, I talk a lot about Marvel. Well, I did talk about Venom, huh? But that's not MCU. But that's more Sony than Marvel. So I still stand by it. No MCU stuff, I'll say. This is my first episode. I didn't do any MCU stuff. And I'm pretty proud of that. Yeah, but on that note, I just want to say thank y'all for stopping by. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Keep being awesome people. Keep being dope. Like I've said before, the episode, if you prefer to watch it on YouTube instead of listening to it on a streaming service, the episodes will be up the day after the podcast is up. It'll be on my YouTube channel, deethezo on YouTube. That's DEETHEZO, all one word. Oh, excuse me. All one word. It'll be up on YouTube. Also, feel free to comment there. If you're listening to this on a platform that allows you to comment, please let me know how I'm doing. I got bigger and better. I'm working on some stuff now that I can't really tease because I don't really know when it's gonna be a thing. But I'm working on some stuff. I'm gonna get back to getting some guests because I feel like y'all really enjoyed the guests we've had on here so far. So I'm get back to getting guests. And think also, like I said, on the YouTube channel, in the description of the videos, or on the platform you listen to your podcast on, there's a support page. Well, there's a link to the support page if you want to subscribe to the podcast, help out the podcast, help out whatever nation in any way you can. If you want to give $1, you want to give $5, you want to give $100 million, that's also cool. But it's whatever you want to do, and also it's 100% not mandatory at all. You don't have to if you don't want to. The show is I'm still gonna give my best every episode because I love y'all and I love this. So I think that's it. Yeah, I love y'all. Thanks for coming. I'm out. Peace.